Welcome to the Lavaca County Today podcast. Your hosts are photographer, columnist, Murray Montgomery and graphic design artist, photographer, Michelle Price. This podcast is a review of the 4 weekly papers in Lavaca County, Texas. These papers include the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, the Shiner Gazette, Yoakum Herald-Times, and the Moulton Eagle. Thanks for listening to this week's news review and please share. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the November 1st and November 2nd edition of the News Review, Lavaca County News Review. And we've got a little special item that we're going to cover first. It's the Campside Chatter, and it's going to be in all your papers. And I've got my guest host here with me. Michelle, how are you?
I'm great, and the Campside Chatter, we're really excited that it did cover all papers, and it's our 38th annual, so that's a really long-standing publication goes inserted in each one of our papers. On the first week of camping started last week, or it starts this week, Murray? Do you know?
I thought it was the first Saturday in November, but October, last Saturday. I'm not sure.
So we're almost there, for whatever it's worth, and we're excited about that. We have some great advertisers, and the advertisers, of course, are who makes it possible for us to put out publications like this. And around here, hunting is just as much a sport as any other sport and as popular as any other sport. So we have kids that do it before school, kids that do it on the weekends before their events, families that do it together and have a family day out. So there's a lot of information in here. We want to thank Spetzel Brewery, Yonox, Sack Furniture, Eddie's Food, some of our bigger advertisers that you'll see at the beginning of our Campside Chatter. And then we, of course, have some stories. Most of our stories are by our editor, Bobby Horechka, and our staff writer, Clayton Kelly. So they did a great job of putting some quality information in this paper. I would love to read it all, and I haven't had a chance yet, but what's the road to deer camp sound like? Since I've never been to deer camp, I don't know what they sound like.
Well, it's a fun time back when I used to go, but it's an enjoyable time. And Brush to Bay, they've got some big advertising in there too.
They do. And they're Brush to Bay and Everlast. They have 2 full pages, and that is where you could get a lot of your supplies right here in Hallettsville, Texas. So make sure to check them out. There's also some information about the Big Buck contest that will be going on. So you'll want to check how to sign up or what those are all about. Those are long-standing contests. I know Bobby has a great article about what's your angle, talking about where to shoot your deer. So those are all important. Poachers are in here. We have some great local banks, Peoples, South Star, all of those that have supported us and continue to. And then we have some great meat markets that will help you process that meat.
You bet.
We have EJ's, Meckers, Potex. Yonox is also a meat market, right?
Right.
So those are more.
Well, folks, you got to understand that we are seeing this pretty much for the first time, except for Michelle. She's probably seen a lot of it because she did most of the layouts, I guess, didn't you, Michelle?
Yes. Well, Bobby and I worked on it together, and we was definitely a joint effort, and we kind of just got thrown in it with 2 weeks, and we did. He's always great to work with and quickly get it done, and so we did that. I did most of the ads. He did most of course, the writing layout, and somehow it comes together and looks great. Right?
Well, how many? Yes, it does look really good. How many people were involved in the production of that? It was you and Bobby and anybody else? Clayton
and Nadine, of course, she sold some ads for us. Betty sold some ads, and Ani, of course, she oversees all of it. So those are the main people. So it's not that many. It's a big project for very few people. It may sound like a lot, but we all play very small roles to get a big.
Well, when you pick it up and look at it, friends, you'll see that a lot of work went into it. And how many pages is it?
It's total? 32.
32 pages of of great articles about hunting and a lot of great advertisers, as Michelle said. So it's going to be in every paper, all of our papers. I think I even saw it in Luling.
Yes, it is.
I believe it was inserted in Luling. Now, we're not going to cover Luling this week in this podcast, but they do a great job over there. Nicole and who else is over there? Who's the fellow that brings you the paper?
Oh, Mr. Clark.
Okay.
And there are some advertisers for Luling, so we want to thank them as well for their support of our local papers. But check it out. A lot of great advertisers that can help you with deer hunting and processing meat and taxidermy and all of that stuff. I don't know a whole lot about because I actually have never been hunting. So.
Never?
Never, not one time.
Have you ever eaten any venison? Or?
Yeah, I actually had some great venison tacos one day. I don't know. If you don't tell me, I'll probably eat it. But if you tell me, I get a little nervous.
Especially that bone-in chicken.
Yes, I still don't do that. No bones for me.
Okay, folks, we're going to start off now with the Hallettsville Tribune Herald.
Jimmy has some great articles. Of course, election, early voting ends tomorrow. And then election is next Tuesday, the 7th. So Jimmy has a lot about that. Again, Hallettsville native to run in New York City Marathon. Jimmy wrote about that. She's running for, you may know more about this, Murray, isn't it, for a disorder she has? Or
You know, I didn't get to read that. But
he sits right next to Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was telling me all about it. But it's a syndrome, May-Thurner syndrome. And she suffered from it for 7 years, and it's something about blood vessels and blood clots. So definitely read that. It's very interesting. And now she's running for this cause, which amazing that she can run, and more amazing that she's doing it for other people that also have it.
Yeah, that's outstanding that she's doing that. And what do you have on your little buddy, Henry Joe Yashik?
I'm thinking that he should have a new question, right? Oh, there we are. Yes, which U.S. state produces the most pumpkins? No, that's not new. But still call in. You have one more week. So it's a great fall question.
Yeah, he's right on top of things, that Yashik.
Yeah, that's how Henry works.
You bet.
This is a really big bond, new bond projects that Hallettsville ISD called this special, or the school board called a special meeting on. So Clayton covered that meeting on Monday, and there's a great article about what they covered and what they're talking about. Veterans Day is coming up. If you want to honor your veteran, you can still get an ad in all the way till noon on Monday.
Yeah, that's coming up November the 11th, so we sure want to remember that. That's very important. You know, Veterans Day is to honor everybody who served, and Memorial Day is to honor those that died serving. So this is Veterans Day, so anybody that was in the service or is in the service, that covers you. What do you got there, Michelle?
Catholics lend support to Texas school vouchers. So this is a contributed article by, how do you say that name? Maya, maybe? Pandy?
Oh, yeah.
Of the Texas Tribune. So it is across the board. It says that the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops has been one of the staunchest voucher supporters, arguing it would increase access to religious education regardless of income level. So it's basically an article talking about how Catholic schools are private schools, of course, and so vouchers would play a pretty big role in allowing some families who aren't able to pay that tuition to still have access to this education.
Yeah, that was a special to us from the Texas Tribune, so we'll give them credit for that. And basically, what you have now is mostly Christmas parties and stuff like that, right?
Yes, and Red Ribbon Week, of course, was celebrated last week at most schools, so there's some information regarding that, and just school things going on. And then we have Mr. Chuck Groff's sports.
All right. Well, you always look forward to that, don't you?
I do. It's my favorite part. And now moving on. No, I'm kidding. That's what Chuck says I always say. I do not. I talk about his sports. Hallettsville played Hitchcock. Too many weapons, he says, in Hitchcock's art Arsenal. Is that how you say it? Arsenal.
Yeah.
And turnovers spelled doom for Hallettsville. So we're sad to hear that. But they do have another game coming up this week, and it's Yoakum, right?
Yeah,
So
they're going to be playing the
game.
Bulldogs. In fact, I'm not real sure, but I believe Hitchcock was the Bulldogs. Does it say that
Yes,
in his
it
article?
does.
And Hitchcock was ranked, they're ranked pretty high. I think they were number 11 or 9 in the state. So Hallettsville had a real test, and that's how you learn. You know, you go against those better teams, and then you get better as well. So.
And Yoakum is also a paper we cover, so it's hard to pick who we want to win this week, right?
Well, yeah, it'd have to be like we'd have to decide who we wanted to win, and then I'm sure Nadine will be deciding who she wants to win.
Yes, so I think Hallettsville is picked to lose as of now, and Yoakum is picked to win by
7, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so. And those polls did not get in. Chuck got them too late, but he did post them online for us to see.
Yeah, so they say it's pretty much a toss-up. And being as they're playing in Yoakum, well, maybe Yoakum's got the
edge.
Advantage, yeah.
Argerstein, is that how you say it?
Looks like Angerstein.
Yes, that's probably it. He was the player of the week, and Chuck talked a lot about how good he's been doing. So, and the biggest thing I like to read is that he's a wonderful teammate and a big team leader. Those are important qualities, more than your statistics, for sure. 4 Hallettsville Lady Brahmas have committed to further their softball career. You see Kaylee Oliveras will sign to play at UTSA, Madison Mickish at St. Mary's University, and catcher Macy Yansky with McLennan Community College. You also have junior third baseman Carson Yansky, who is committed to the University of Louisiana at Monroe.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations to them.
and we hope that they represent Hallettsville as proud as they did in college as they are in high school.
Well, what does little Chucky Groff say in his column there? I'm sure it's important, whatever it is.
I don't know. He says hot dog, which I can hear him saying. Outfielder Adelos Garcia is batting .323 for the Rangers, which I don't know that, Chuck really likes him or what, but congrats to them, and congrats to the Texas Rangers on winning the World Series last night.
That's right. We kept it in Texas, so most of us around here probably were pulling for the Astros, but if they can't do it, well, then we're glad the Rangers did.
Yeah. And pig farmer and Hallettsville Lumber Company employee Roman Hankerty once blocked 3 punts in one game versus Tidehaven. So, that's important, right?
Yeah, it is.
And oodles of strudels. So the Hallettsville Sacred Heart Strudel Bake was a couple of weeks ago. And so here's some highlights from that.
Lots of pictures.
Hallettsville ISD Education Foundation grants over $1,498 to junior high educators. So that's by Jacqueline Smith. And go ahead and take a good read on that. That's a contributed article. She may come in our office a lot, but I don't think she really works here. Water flow season opens. That is compiled by Murray Montgomery. I know him, and he does work for us. And Memories of Texas Pioneer.
Yeah, we got a story I wrote about this gentleman he was actually from this area, or they moved to this area, his family, and he had quite a colorful life. He went to school in Moulton. He raised cattle in Gonzales County. He was in Lavaca County. He was a Confederate soldier. He was a cattleman, and just all kind of neat stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you like history and you like to read about cowboys, well, I think you'll enjoy this one.
And if you like Murray.
Oh, yeah.
Which I do, so I will read it.
I'm glad somebody does.
All right. That's it, Murray. I made it to the end.
All right. Well, we're going to move over then to your favorite place, the Shiner Gazette. And you have, looks like they have a promotion for the Chatter on the front page.
Yes, and bigger news, I gained an hour of sleep this week.
All right.
Are you going to use it? Are you going to take it?
I sleep all the time. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference.
I'm so excited. And whitetail deer hunting starts Saturday. So we had we were right about that.
Yeah.
And then this is important because if I don't ask Murray now, I may forget. The Shiner Royalty will be attending the Shiner Rotary Club Election Day Pancake Breakfast in Shiner. Oh. So I'm going. So Murray, it's $5 if you want me to bring you pancakes and sausage back. It's amazing. I'm excited. I look forward to this meal every year.
I'm sure we can manage $5.
I mean, don't let me forget to ask you, because then you'll be very sad.
Yes, I will.
Taft State Field Band Champions were the St. Paul High School Cardinals, and we're very proud of them. Shiner, I'm sure we'll talk about them next week, but it is they came home with the 4th place at state, and they've been to state the last 3 years in a row. Runner-up, state champs, and 4th place, and that is very impressive.
You betcha. You betcha.
Clayton talks about how the drought's affecting the wildlife, which he told me, I haven't read his article, that it really hasn't affected them very much. That actually the more rain, the less they may come out. So, well,
as a matter of fact, you can step outside behind this newspaper here in Hallettsville. And I was going out to our little studio one time, and there was a doe standing in the parking lot looking at me. So they're still here, and they're right in town, so...
Is that a Henry Yashek story?
No, that's a true story, because if he told it wouldn't be true.
Alrighty then. Congrats to Joey Gomez, who received an honorary Kim Smith Medal for his work as a fireman from the Houston Fire Department. We also have meetings always listed. You can find out everything that's going on in Shiner just by opening your Shiner Gazette. That's
and how about that? How about that big advertiser that you just scrolled past?
Potex. Well, I think I got to them too soon.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
I'm not having a good day on the scroll.
Well, I'll tell you what that is. That's the internet being slow is causing that. So don't blame it on my new laptop. No.
It's not. Shiner, the Legion Post was recognized, so congrats to them. And then thanks to Potex. I'm going to go by there today, maybe. If I don't, just go straight to bed. St. Paul competed in their cross-country meet as well as Sacred Heart, because I don't think we mentioned that earlier. And they ran in some pretty rough conditions on Monday. But they came home with some finishes. I know St. Paul got silver at state. I don't remember what Sacred Heart did, so you have to go back and look. But congrats to all of them.
That's why you subscribe to your newspaper, where you can read it yourself.
So we have the Cardinals and Comanches. The Cardinals did lose last night. That didn't make the paper, of course, because it was past our deadline. So they, along with Sacred Heart, actually it wasn't last night, Tuesday night, both lost in the second round. So their seasons are over, but and the Hallettsville Brahmas, Lady Brahmas season is over, but the Lady Comanches are still playing. So good luck to them. They play tonight.
And there's a Shiner Sports, and we have the Cardinals are hosting NBC. New Braunfels Christian is what that stands for. And then they're going to head to Kennedy for the regular season finals. And you have a basketball schedule up there too, don't you?
Yes, for both girls and boys. So they're heading into basketball. And of course, Haley Burns is headed off to the state cross country for Shiner. So best of luck to her. Oh, what else do we got going on?
Oh, it looks like you got a bunch of classifieds.
In the classifieds, there's voting locations. So if you're needing to see where you need to vote, you can look that up. Remember, you also can look it up on LavacaCountyToday.com. Big
buck contest, just a little bit of everything. You got your livestock commission ad, and that's
it.
That runs every week in our papers. And now we're going to move on over to Nadine and Allison's part of the woods and the Yoakum paper. So what you got?
So Yoakum High School had their band Beau and Sweetheart announced. So congrats to those two young lady and gentlemen. Sweetheart was Delaney Dominguez and band Beau was Krish, Bhatka. Sorry, I do not know how to say it.
That's the best thing to do, just spell it out, and people that know how to say it will understand.
Yeah.
They're headed to state, the band, right?
Yes, and I'm not sure when they perform. Oh, it says November the 8th. So what day is today?
Today is the 2nd, I believe.
So they have a few more days before they go perform, and they perform at 3:45. So best of luck to them. Hannah Bordowski was named. Are you impressed with me saying that?
You pronounce that.
It's only because I know Hannah that I know her name. But she was named the new Yoakum Area Chamber of Commerce president. Best of luck to her. She did a great job running the Shiner Market Days for a while. She's amazing to work with. I enjoy working with her, and I'm glad I get to continue to work with her in a new role. Early voting, we talked about that. There's always a police beat. I think it's in every paper. Does Moulton have one? No, they don't.
No, they don't. And Yoakum has one, and Shiner. I'm not sure we have one in Hallettsville.
I don't know either. But some of the papers do have those, and then you can keep up with what's been going on there. And Tom Tom Royalty rode in the Chili's Bell Parade and did come home with a victory. I think they yelled out that they got 3rd place to us when I asked, but I don't remember. But congrats to them.
Now we're in the sports.
So someone's headed to a Super Bowl.
What does that YYFL stand for?
Yoakum Youth Football League.
All right.
Do I win a prize?
No.
Oh, well, that was a good try. They are headed to the Super Bowl, so congrats to those gentlemen. They look like they're coached by a bunch of cowboys, Murray.
Can't beat that.
You can't.
We gotta love Cowboys.
Lady Bulldogs sweep Luling in first round. I have no clue what they did in the second round, and we know that they're going to be playing, of course, Hallettsville High School this week in football. Let's see what we got. The Yoakum St. Joe Tigers football were best in the area again, so congrats to them.
Yeah,
that's a big accomplishment.
You bet.
There's always a good long picture needed. This one is 6 columns to display the mini cheer campers.
Yep.
Those little girls aspire to be like those big cheerleaders more than those girls.
And there's a big game. The Bulldogs and the Brahmas, right?
Yeah.
Coming up Friday.
Rival. Are you going, Murray?
No, probably not.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably be asleep about that time, but...
Well, I'm going to go to Schulenburg for their final game, even though it's going to be cold.
Well, how are they picked this week, Schulenburg?
They are the underdogs as well. I think by 11, Chuck said. And they also, if they win, they get 3rd place. If they lose, they get 4th place. And I can't remember who they're playing. So that's a problem. But whoever that is, they have a lot more on the line, because if they win, they actually come in 2nd. So that's a good place you want to be. So we'll see how it all turns out. But both teams do go to playoffs regardless. Just
I think that things are different these days as it was when I was growing up. When I was growing up, the only team that went to playoffs was the team that won the district.
Yeah.
And now I think you can be 3rd or 4th place and go.
It's a 4th place, I know, in around here. So there's plans for, I know, holidays coming up and tree decorating and all of that. The holidays are a big time, so check out always what's going on. Celebrate. They go by really fast. Some of us don't like them as much as others, but that's okay. We're still going to enjoy them around here. Indianola, another Texas ghost town.
Yeah, that column was in most of the papers. Well, now I better back up on that, because I don't think it did make most of the papers, but we did have it up on the website. But this is a story about Indianola, and it's basically like an old ghost town, and it was wiped out by hurricanes and this and that. But it's in the Yoakum paper this week, and hope you get to read it and hope you enjoy it.
Not so spooky story time. I like spooky. Do you like spooky?
Yeah, well, it's too bad, isn't it? Halloween's over with.
It is. And they were so happy to get the Halloween decorations down that we had to do it first thing.
Yeah, I stopped at one of our local retail stores the day you wanted everybody to dress up.
Yes, and you were going to get a costume?
No, I was going to get an old man mask, but then I realized that I've already got one.
Right.
But the point I'm trying to make is that they already, and that was, what was that? That was Halloween Day, wasn't it? Tuesday, or was it?
I don't know.
Or Wednesday? But anyway, they had already cleaned all the Halloween stuff off the shelves and had Christmas up. I don't know what happened to Thanksgiving, but...
Well, we have it here at the office, and I'm wearing a fall shirt today.
All right.
So I am not skipping Thanksgiving, and I do appreciate everyone at this office who participated in dressing up. It was very fun, and we had a great Halloween. We had breakfast tacos and dirt cake. It was great.
Those breakfast tacos were great. I don't know if that was the same place you got them last time.
They were, yeah.
They were good.
The Yoakum Heritage Museum opens 35th Christmas tree for us. Have you ever been to that?
Never have, no.
I haven't either, but it sounds like great. Maybe I will head out there this year and check it out.
There it ends on my birthday.
When's your birthday, Murray?
January 5th.
Oh, Murray.
Okay, the follow-up batter. The molten
I thought
egg.
it was the cleanup. Now it's the follow-up.
Oh, maybe it is. That's what Hans called it. He called it the cleanup, and I call it the follow-up.
So something happened in Flatonia. Runaway teens. I haven't got to read that, but bad idea, guys. Bad idea.
Yeah, it's not a good thing to do. Not a good way to start off your career.
No, not at all. Again, I'm so excited that we're falling back. Don't forget, you'll be late for something if you do. On Veterans Day and every day, be the one. And I'm not really sure, I haven't got to read this, but I take it as be the one to really take the time to thank our veterans. They do a lot. And like Murray said, this is everyone that has ever served. And the list is very long for our area. And a lot of times they'll have a cap on that says Navy, Army, or World War I or II. I don't think there's any World War I.
No, probably not.
But different wars and stuff. Take notice to that and thank them for what they did.
Yeah, and you don't have to have been in a war.
No.
Because you served. So I'll say that in my case. I served 8 years, 5 National Guard and 3 Army Reserve. But the good Lord blessed me that I didn't have to go witness all that carnage and bad things that these soldiers have. And they need to be thanked, just like we do our police officers. You need to, if you see a veteran, you need to thank him for his service or her, regardless of whether they were in a war.
Yes, it's still a sacrifice that they give to, and we are thankful they do.
Same column.
All right, Murray's still talking about something. Murray.
Yeah, it was about the memories of the old pioneer.
Oh, yeah.
And we got one here, too. What do you got there? You got the Catholic Daughters donating to Community Connections.
Yes.
And then I believe those fellows won a contest. Tarcot.
What is that?
I'm not a domino player. I think it's dominoes. I don't know for
We'll
sure.
have to ask Henry. He knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is super fun. Flying tigers roared out of the sky over China to attack enemy planes. So are these real tigers, Murray? No.
No. They've got that was a nickname that they were given. What really designated them was these nose art that looks like a shark teeth. And what they were right after the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Japan was trying to invade China. And China really didn't have an air force. Well, they didn't have one at all. And so the Flying Tigers were born. And they were mercenaries. Most of them were from the United States and United States Army. And they got paid for every Japanese plane that they knocked out of the sky. And they were only in operation for about 8 months, and then they were absorbed by our regular Army Air Corps. But they had an exciting story, I'll tell you for sure. They were trained in Burma, and they fought in China. And it's very old. You would have to be as old as me or older, or read a lot of military history. But I found this large picture from the National Archives, and it shows a Chinese soldier guarding those Flying Tiger aircrafts, which were P-40 Warhawks. And that's a unique picture. It was taken by Associated Press, well, we'll say about 82 years ago. But that just goes to show you the quality of those old cameras, even then, and what they could do. But anyway, they were outnumbered in nearly every engagement, and if you're a historian or love that kind of history, I hope you'll enjoy that. We have it in Moulton this week, and I think Bobby said we're gonna have it in Hallettsville next week. Anyway, that's it. That's about all there is to it.
Why weren't they called shark? Oh,
I have no idea.
I had one question.
You know, you got me talking about them again. They wore jackets with a big emblem on the back, and that the jacket showed, that emblem showed that they were working with the Free Chinese Army. So if they were shot down anywhere in China that wasn't occupied by Japan, the people would see that emblem on the back of their jackets and know they were friendly. And do you know that even in today's United States military, that you'll see a lot of the modern planes with that shark painted on the nose of them?
That's pretty fun. I just want them to be called the Sharks. Murray really loves.
What is that? I think that's the managing editor on a motorcycle.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Bobby rides a motorcycle. How did you know that?
Because I see the picture.
Oh. Well, there you go. There's Bobby Horechka riding a motorcycle. Your editor enjoying a cruise with a few friends one evening. Well, there he is.
I can't say nothing about Bobby because I had 3 of them. So
he should be careful. We don't have time for him to be gone.
Well, they're very dangerous, that's for sure. There's some more stories about the deer season opening, and that pretty well has taken control of all the papers this week. All about deer season. And you'll be seeing these folks in their camouflage and getting ready to go. God bless them.
Murray, are you going to take me hunting?
No, I don't hunt no more.
Well, there goes that.
I keep my firearms for another reason. We won't get into that.
One day he's going to take me to a gun range. Someone's going to teach me how to shoot a gun.
Yeah, you probably need to know how, but I don't know. It might be bad for Chuck Groff if you learned how to shoot.
That is definitely not true. But
well, what else you got? That about wrapped it up, didn't it?
I did. I don't know. Go vote. It's very important. I heard Jimmy talking yesterday about the numbers in Hallettsville, that when him and his wife went, they were pretty low. So we don't want to hear that. Like, this is your chance to tell people what you want. And you don't get a whole lot of opportunities to sometimes tell people what you want. So take it.
Well, before we close out, did you have any adventures since we were here last time?
Well, I did go trick-or-treating, and it was very cold.
How about them dogs? Did you put chili on them? Or
they didn't. No, but they won first place at the Shiner Animal Con. Yeah, animal, what is it called? Shelter. Or services.
How come we didn't see any pictures of that?
I don't know. I guess I should turn one in, huh? But,
also, when you posted the pictures of the staff here at Halloween.
Yes.
You probably should have put down there who they were.
I thought they could tell.
Well,
you mean put down their real names or what they were being?
No, their real names, because and Chuck, he was supposed to be like a Philadelphia lawyer.
He just
and a lot of people were quoted as saying he looked like he was part of the mob, and all he needed was a Tommy gun. So, and Yashik, well, he's a clown whether he's Halloween or not.
But he was dressed as Chuck, and I thought he did a good job.
Well, he looked good in them shades, if nothing else.
He couldn't see anything, but he looked good.
Okay, well, say your goodbyes and we're going to wrap this up.
All right. Well, have a great weekend. Make sure you turn your clocks back. It is back. Fall back.
Right.
And enjoy that extra hour of sleep. Know where I will be on Sunday morning, and that is in my bed, enjoying that extra hour of sleep. I know it's really going to be hard to believe when I tell Murray this, but I don't have any scheduled events.
Yeah, well.
So
we'll see about that.
We'll see what happens at the end of the weekend, but
we'll see about that.
I am pretty excited to be at home with my family for the weekend, so we'll see what that is like, because I don't get it very often. Maybe I'll come see Murray.
Oh, it's all right. We're booked up.
Okay. Murray's pretty busy. Well, y'all have a great, safe weekend. Good luck to all the hunters out there. I hope you enjoy it. I think it's going to be cool, and I think that's how y'all like it, so
yeah,
enjoy.
I feel the same way. The hunters, be safe, be real safe. If you have any venison left over, especially backstrap, well, you can come see me.
Just see Murray. I'll take the stuff that looks like hamburger meat.
Well, that's all for now, friends, and thanks a whole bunch for listening. We hope you'll share this and we'll be talking to you again next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of the Lavaca County, Texas News Review. Our hosts and guests will provide you with all the area news and sports in Lavaca County. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope you will be back for the next podcast. And in the meanwhile, we are going to rock and roll on out of here. Goodbye, everybody.